The word CFS health wasn't for chronic fatigue syndrome. It was for choice, freedom, success.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was actually future. We just changed it to freedom last year as a team. But when I first came up with it, I was like, I chose every freaking day to get better. I chose that.
Mm.
I didn't lay there and it happened. I had to make a choice every single day. What I ate, what time I went to bed, what I said no to, what I said yes to, my daily routine, my baseline, my vision, everything. And that created my future. By choosing the dailies, like hundreds of decisions every day, probably, that created my future. And then that future created success. And what I mean by success, it was doing what I wanted to be able to do, which was go run down the beach, go surfing. Back then it was basketball coaching, whatever it is.
Mm.
So it's choice, future, success. And then we changed it last year to freedom because we found that when we were working with so many people from all over the world, they were actually creating freedom. Yeah. Like you are. You've created freedom in your life. You know, you're like, oh, maybe I'm going to move to Australia for a bit. Maybe I'm going to buy a house in Colorado. You know, like you're creating freedom. And I'd love to talk about your career. All right. Well, marriage counseling is not for Margot Miller.
Nope. Hard no.
Hard no. So, how did you navigate that? Because I feel like for everyone at home, they've probably been, for most, they've probably been told that, you know, little Johnny, you should be an accountant, or, you know, lawyers make very good money. You should go and do that. And I've met so many people who felt so much pressure from their told job that they would and should do.
100%. And that's what I loved about my illness is it deprogrammed me. I was like, I don't give a shit what society says. My parents were horrified. Are you kidding me? Like I left this incredible career. I was going to get scholarship to get a doctorate. And I moved to LA and became a spirit animal and was like going viral for like an animal dance. My parents were like, we've failed. I just had to know that in my path that every time that I had self-doubt or any time that I got judgment from other people, it was like my North Star. It was like I am following my soul. And then it evolved. And then I came into my coaching business, my healing business. I'm going back to get my doctorate. And my parents are like in awe of me. And they're like, everything that they suggested and thought was right was wrong. And I just kept following my guidance and I healed. I'm going back to school. I have a home in the mountains. Like they were just like, whoa. And now they know to trust my own guidance because we have an internal system and we have a North Star. And if we don't follow that, I believe we end up getting sick. We end up in relationships. And when we start to reconnect to that, yeah, we're going to get judgment at times. Yeah, we're going to get pushback, but that's the sign we're on the right track. And that's something I've learned over and over again. So I don't question my guidance anymore. I just go for it, you know?
That's so cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I love that you have embedded from the program, and again, this is what I love about the program, is you've got the body wisdom now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, like it's like body wisdom on the intuitive sense of like this is in alignment and congruent, or this is incongruent and it doesn't feel good. And when you get a cold or flu, when you get COVID, you know what to do. You know what I mean? You know how to look after yourself and bounce back like a healthy person.
Before your program, it was a 0. Me and my relationship with my body was like -0. Now it's like a 12 out of 10. It's not even hard. It's so easy to just follow my body. It's like my body's running the show now. I'm like
Wow.
taking the back seat. And before I just dragged that thing around, you know?
So fascinating. Does your head lead or does your full body lead, as in like when you wake up or when you're deciding what you're going to do, it's a body feeling versus like, oh, I think I should do this?
It's all body. I'm in the passenger seat. Of course, I have a say, but it'll take me out on walks. It'll tell me when I need to go to the pool. It'll tell me what to do. It's like
Yeah,
walking me. It's
that's
guiding
cool.
the ship.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool. Yeah. It's an innate body
Yeah.
wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, even if I'm like at an appointment or something and it feels off, I'll just excuse myself. I've been at dinner parties where just I felt anxiety and I've left. And my body's just like, we don't want to be here. So I just get up and go.
Mm.
That's another thing is I don't ignore it and justify it and be like, oh, this is fine. This is a normal dinner party. Just sit still. I'm like, no, we don't feel good. We're going to go, you know?
It's fascinating. You've gotten really solid on your boundaries and it's just like, yeah, you're number one. And there's just no fear of judgment or worry.
I could care less. I don't walk on eggshells. And I was at a 0 with that too before your program. I had no boundaries. And now I'm like borderline mastering it. It's like the only way to live now, you
Mm.
know?